Hi guys, it's Tom from Dreamlight Gaming and I'm bringing you a very exciting unboxing today. We've just had our stock in of Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. I am very excited, a massive lifelong Star Wars fan. I cannot wait to get the cellophane off this box and start bringing you unboxing. But I want to show you what you get in the starter kit. Factory sealed, straight out of the box. It is on our website now for £26.99 Great British pounds, and free delivery if you have an order over £10. You can get it delivered for free, guys. It's £26.99. Check us out. I'll put a link to the website below. But let's crack on with the unboxing. Very excited. First of all, Fantasy Flight Games artwork on the front of the box is lovely. You have 3 ships to start with. So you have Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing and 2 named TIE fighters. But enough of that, let's crack it open. So, cellophane obviously all around the side, so I'm just going to nick down there. Get this cellophane off. It's got that new game smell, which is obviously what you want, isn't it? So, I'm going to do everything upside down. That's your artwork, which is pretty cool, isn't it? We all know that, don't we? Second Star Destroyer in the background. Awesome. So that's your box lid. I'll pop that over there for now. So straight away, let's have a look at the bit that everybody loves, which is your miniatures. Come in a separate little parcel, so to speak. I mean, that's quite useful because if you obviously build up your collection, you can store them in it. So, separate little thing there. Come on then. I'm an Empire player myself, I would imagine, but that's... Ooh, how about that, guys? That's Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. All the miniatures are pre-painted. Don't know if it's going to focus very well. You see a little R2 in there, Astromech droid. All the details on these are excellent. Considering they're pre-painted, they're shaded, they've got exhaust blackness in where their exhausts are. Lovely little plastic miniature, so you're not going to be able to damage him if you do drop him. And he comes pre-done. So that's Luke Skywalker. He's shadowed by 2 TIE fighters. These are my boys. I'm always an Imperial player through and through. So a TIE Fighter 1. Try and get him in. Bog standard TIE Fighter, but even when you get up close on the TIE fighters, the details there, they're nicely shaded. And there's a little shine to the windows, little lights on them. Obviously TIEs are grey and black, but you get a pair of them. So they're identical, but as with the game itself, it tends to be TIEs will outnumber X-Wings, mainly because of who's flying the X-Wings. You get bigs and so on and so forth in there, but that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, if you're a fan of Star Wars, you can't not want one of these. It's simple as that. I saw it and knew that we had to sell it. So let's have a look at the bases. So everything's in its own little bags, pre-sealable bags, which is cool, isn't it? So this is a game base. So in there, that's one of the game bases. You do have a stem, little guides on the back for movement, and then you can put your card underneath to give you some idea of what your ship's got, who's flying it, so on and so forth. So that's a quick look in there. There's 6 sticks in with it. 3 bases, 6 sticks, 3 ships. And let's have a look, shall we? Moment of truth live and all that lot. So, pressing like that, does it? There we go. Let's put Luke on one. So, there's an arrow facing forward, so I'd imagine that's the way forward. Done. Look at that. Absolutely easy as that. So that's your X-Wing. You can't help doing that, can you? So that's an X-Wing. And obviously the TIEs going to be very similar, aren't they? Let's have a look. Straight away, I mean, I remember some of my earliest, probably the reasons why I'm even involved in tabletop gaming. Let's see if I can get that one in. Oh, they have a little guide. It helps if you read the book, and if they do have a little guide so they don't spin around, which is handy. Obviously, some of my first experiences in science fiction, fantasy, obviously leads on to tabletop gaming, which I owe a lot of the good things that have happened to me in my life come from Star Wars. I can remember going and seeing Star Wars as a young boy. Not the first time round, what anyone says. There we go, that's a tie. So these are lovely, little fastened together, no glue needed, anything like that. So you can literally pop them out, have your game with your friends, pop them back in the box, keep them safe. So, as always, Fantasy Flight games, they tend to do it really well, don't they? Everything comes in its own little packets, and it's just well thought out. There's a big rise in the Fantasy Flight market, particularly with this type of game. I mean, this is going to be massive for them, isn't it, if it isn't already. There we go, another TIE fighter. So they have the appearance of being above the base. So cool, little models. So there, I'll put them there. Let's see one. There we go. X-wing and 2 ties, and you get 3 pegs left, I imagine, just in case you damage one. Little box to keep them in. Now we've got a lot of cards, haven't we? The game itself works around a basis of, you have turn dials. So if I show you that, I don't know if it'll focus in, that's an X-wing turn dial, and it has various manoeuvres. The pilots have a skill rating, and they take it in turns to basically choose manoeuvres that their ships are capable of doing. You then reveal all the manoeuvres in order, and then your vessels all move, and then you all have different weapons that you all shoot in the reverse order to that. So there's going to be lots of games and asteroids, lots of games that me and Mark are going to play through the starter box, because at the end of the day, let's just have a look at some of the quality on these. Always be careful when you're using a knife to open things like this. It's just I do find it easier just to start it off. It's well sealed. I'm going to need to use that a bit more. So while I'm doing this, if you put a comment on the bottom, are you Rebel or are you Imperial? Which one are you excited about? There's loads and loads of cool new things coming out from Fantasy Flight to support this game, and Dreamlight Gaming is going to support it every step of the way. It's another different way of gaming, and that's something we're always excited about. Now let's have a look. There we go. So a good quality card, as you'd expect from Fantasy Flight. Senator's Shuttle. The rulebook itself does have missions in, so to speak, so although you've only got 3 ships to start with, there's plenty of missions to play through. So let's have a look at some of those. We've got the things that fit in the bottom of the ships. So you've got Mauler Mythal, he's a pilot skill of 7, he's one of the ties. Tie called Dark Curse. We've got Luke Skywalker, Biggs Darklighter, Night Beast. Yeah, awesome. Awesome, Night Beast. So, little tokens, let's pop one out. So that popped out really easily. That's a movement token. So for example, this ship might not be able to do this in the game. If I was to move, you've got guides at the front of the base, slot it in. That's a forward and flip. I'm sure it's got a better name than that, but then you just place your miniature at the other side. We'll play through and show you how to play the game, so on and so forth. So that's good quality cardboard. It's not going to break or damage, and you get all of your tokens for the game. I can't tell you exactly what everything is yet, as we haven't started playing it through. Those. What else have we got? Fantasy Flight catalogue. Can't blame them for putting it in. It's got the Emperor on the front, so I probably will have a look. But that's obviously something else. Full Star Wars range. Currently in the UK, it's pretty hard to get a hold of them, but we have got the starter kit, the Millennium Falcon, and Slave One. So if you want to pick up an extra bit to go with, you do need the core game to use the accessories. They are essentially extra ships, extra pilots, things like that. And yes, you do have Boba Fett in the Slave One. The other little blisters that we've got them on order, we will get them as quick as we can. Extra X-Wings, TIEs, Y-Wings, TIE Advance with Darth Vader in. That's certainly on the top of my list. There he is. Old Han Solo, Boba Fett and his Slave One, an A-Wing, and a TIE Interceptor. So there's more and more ships. Anyone out there that knows the universe of Star Wars, I mean, obviously they've got a mass and a wealth of information to play by. All the ships come with all the stands you need. They're all pre-painted. They're all beautiful miniatures, and it's a game that I cannot wait to get in. Quick start rules on there, shows you how to build the ship. Obviously read that first, like me. Oh, there you go. Look, there's 2, so you can actually extend the height of them. So you can have them one normal height, or you can have them higher up. There you go. We'll learn something new every day. And examples of play, how to play the game, step by step, lots of diagrams. Easy enough, explains how to play, arcs of sight, so you don't have to read a massive rule book. But as well, beautiful thing of it, full rules of play, so that'll explain it in more depth as to how to actually play the game, how to set up your board, how to move, fight, shoot your weapons, so on and so forth. And if we look at, there we go, there's all different tables, shields on vehicles, how to have the initiative, stuff like that. So you can, it's a lot in depth, more in depth than just chucking dice. And we've got some missions as well. So for example, we've got mission 1 set up, which is, what does that say? Political escort. Fantastic. So you'll have 2 ties against the X-Wing and the Senator's shuttle. I imagine that'll be a basic one as to how to get into it. So there's a few missions in there. You got to have a photo of George Lucas, haven't you? Yes. Showing you the scale of the miniatures, so on and so forth. So absolutely fantastic. And a quick reference, which is always useful, isn't it? Moving on to the back, we have damage cards. So you have damage cards which show your ship's damages. They have different damage points. You imagine the Millennium Falcon can take a lot more damage than a TIE fighter, for example. And there are also things like proton torpedoes. You can upgrade your ship because you don't have to stick to the missions in the book. You can actually create a force list, which is called your fleet. Everything has points value. So for example, proton torpedoes, attack target lock, send your target lock and discard this card to perform this action. You may change one of your focus results to a hit result. Fantastic, I assume that is. But it's 4 points. They all have a point value in the bottom. R2-D2, after executing a green manoeuvre, you may recover 1 shield. So obviously Luke can have R2-D2 in there. R2's 4 points if he wants to add it in. If we have a look, R2-F2, different R2 marksmanship, determination, damage points and critical damage on the other side. If we move, so full wealth cards that you need to play. If we have a look in here, again everything in its own little bags. You can't complain, can you? That's got to be Imperial on there. There you go, there's Academy Pilot. So basic TIE fighter. If we have a look at him, your grunt, so to speak, he's pilot skill 1. I mean, currently I believe there's pilot skill 9 Darth Vader, so Luke's in pilot skill 8. So he's obviously just a trainee. 2 attack, 3 evade, 3 hull points and no shields. His special abilities on there. He has one that's called Focus, Evade and Barrel Roll. It makes him either harder to kill, deal out more damage or a bit more manoeuvrable. When we start playing it, we'll explain that in more detail. He is 12 points. If we go along and compare him to Luke Skywalker, so for the rebels out there, Luke is pilot skill 8, 3 attack, 2 evade, 3 damage points, 2 shields. He can have optional astromech, bonuses to a pilot skill. He starts at 28 points. Obviously he can soon become 30-35 points. So, and as more cards come out, there's more things to do. Biggs Darklighter in an X-Wing, pilot skill 5. Red Squadron pilots, rookie pilot. So obviously the X-Wings are better. You have Mauler Mythal. He's one of the named TIEs. Dark Curse is a named TIE. Night Beast is a named TIE fighter. And then Black Squadron pilots. And Obsidian Squadron pilots. So you do have a few different options out there. I mean, TIEs are TIEs, but it's all about your pilot skill. You're always going to outnumber probably as the Empire. So that's something to bear in mind. There's lots and lots of different options. So it's not just Luke Skywalker. I mean, he's obviously the one all the rebels want to use, isn't he? Or is it Biggs? I don't know, but they're both in this box. So again, everything you need to start is in there. Dice in a handy little bag. So you literally can just have this box, carry around with you and you can play. So let's have a look. They're for the movement dials, I believe. Little pings in the middle. I'll enjoy building all this up after I've done talking to you guys. They're your attack dice. D8s, but they have nothing, a hit, focus. So obviously if Luke had elected to focus, rolls out, you can change it to a hit. A critical hit, and they're your attacks. You have defense dice, nothing. Dodge, or evade as it's called, and a focus. So if you chose to focus, you'd change that to an evade. So that's how it works basically. Do you use a tape measure? No. The game itself is provided with a range band, so you've got red for the rebels, green for the Imperials. So very cool. There's one of those in there, but I mean there's only 3 ships when you start going. Myself and Mark will probably go and buy a set of this each ourselves. I'll take the TIEs, he'll take the X-Wings, go like that. But that's X-Wing at a glance. Thank you for watching. As always, check the link out below. We're going to support this game massively, play it loads, because hey, I'm a massive Star Wars fan. I hope you are too. If you're not, hey, it's still a good tactical tabletop game. If you're a massive Star Wars fan, I look forward to your order. Thank you for watching, guys. As always, keep it dreamlike, and this time, may the Force be with you. Bye.